The date is August 29th, 1988, and the inaugural SummerSlam is taking place within Madison Square Garden in New York City. The air crackles with anticipation, a palpable hum of excitement and barely contained aggression. We've just witnessed the second match of the evening conclude, and now the imposing figures of Ravishing Rick Rude and the Junkyard Dog make their way to the squared circle. Rude, sculpted and sneering, every inch the villain with his polished menace stands in stark contrast to the beloved brawler of JYD. The bell rings, but before a proper exchange can begin, Rude, ever the opportunist, attacks Junkyard Dog from behind. JYD, however, is quick to retaliate, unleashing a flurry of his signature headbutts. The action is swift and chaotic, but then a moment of theatrical arrogance that would define Rude's character. He climbs to the top rope, a sneer plastered across his face, and with a flourish pulls down his tights, revealing another pair beneath. On them, emblazoned for all to see, is a picture of Cheryl Roberts. The crowd erupts, a mixture of gasps and outraged roars. And then, from the back, a furious Jake Roberts, Cheryl's husband and a man known for his calm, menacing demeanor, sprints to the ring, a coiled viper unleashed. He attacks Rude, a whirlwind of righteous fury, forcing the referee to throw the match out. The result is a disqualification for the Junkyard Dog, a technicality that overshadows the truly incendiary moment. This chaotic opening, fueled by Rude's audacious taunt and Jake's explosive response, was more than just a disqualification. It was a glimpse into the undeniable potential of a man who possessed every tangible quality a wrestling promoter could ever dream of. The chiseled physique, the magnetic presence, the masterful in-ring psychology, and the unparalleled ability to generate white-hot heat with a single contemptuous swivel of his hips. Rick Rude, an artist of antagonism, could incite a riot with a spoken word, a physical gesture, or even just a knowing glance. He was a natural, a man born to elicit a visceral reaction from an audience. He was, in essence, the quintessential Vince McMahon prototype. Tall, muscular, articulate, and radiating a confident arrogance that bordered on contempt for the common man. He understood the nuances of character work, the delicate dance between villainy and charisma, and he executed it with an almost theatrical flair. Rude was a true main event talent, a performer capable of carrying a significant portion of a pay-per-view, generating compelling storylines, and selling out arenas. He held the Intercontinental Championship, a prestigious belt in its own right, a testament to his in-ring prowess and undeniable appeal. He had epic feuds, most notably with Ultimate Warrior, that captivated audiences and solidified his status as a top-tier heel. He was ready for the next step, for the coveted World Championship, for the ultimate validation of his extraordinary talent. Yet, despite possessing all the ingredients for superstardom, despite being precisely the type of performer Vince McMahon had historically elevated to the very pinnacle of his empire, Rick Rude never touched the biggest prize. He never had that defining run as the undisputed champion, the focal point of the promotion. The reasons are speculative, lost in the intricate web of backstage politics and McMahon's often inscrutable decision-making process. Was it a perceived lack of dedication, rumors of a demanding personality, or simply the capricious nature of a creative genius who often shifted his focus without apparent rhyme or reason? Whatever the underlying rationale, the fact remains, Ravishing Rick Rude, a man who possessed every weapon in the arsenal of a main event superstar, remained a perpetual bridesmaid, forever on the cusp of true glory but never quite reaching it. His story, more than any other, encapsulates the perplexing phenomenon of truly exceptional talents being overlooked, underutilized, or simply denied the ultimate push by Vince McMahon. It sets the stage for a deeper exploration into the enigmatic choices that shape the landscape of professional wrestling, leaving many to ponder what might have been. Beyond the perplexing case of Rick Rude, there exists another fascinating category of talent within the Federation. Performers who, despite their considerable skills, immense popularity, and undeniable contributions, somehow never tasted championship gold of any kind. They were the unsung heroes, the consistent performers who reliably delivered captivating performances, drew in audiences, and often outshone those who were adorned with championship belts. Their omission from the championship lineage is not just a curious historical footnote, but a testament to the often unpredictable, and sometimes frustrating logic of professional wrestling booking. Consider first the imposing figure of the Big Boss Man. Traylor, the man behind the persona, was a revelation. He burst onto the scene in 1988, a menacing corrections officer from Cobb County, Georgia, complete with a nightstick and a stern, intimidating demeanor. Initially a formidable heel, feuding memorably with Hulk Hogan, Bossman possessed a rare combination of size, agility, and a surprisingly adept ability to connect with the audience. His physicality was undeniable. He moved with an athletic grace uncommon for a man of his stature, executing powerful slams and delivering impactful blows. His character, initially a villain, underwent one of the most successful and organic transformations in Federation history. His turn to a beloved babyface, driven by his principled stance against the million-dollar man's attempts to buy his services, resonated deeply with fans. He became a symbol of integrity, a law enforcement officer who stood for justice, and he was incredibly over. The Bossman Slam became a crowd pleaser, and his unique blend of stern authority and genuine compassion endeared him to millions. He was a reliable workhorse, consistently delivering strong matches and captivating segments. His feuds, whether as a villain or a hero, were always compelling. Yet despite his consistent popularity, his remarkable character evolution, and his reliable in-ring performances, the Big Boss Man never held a single championship during the Federation's golden era of the late 1980s and early 1990s. Not the Intercontinental Championship, not the Tag Team Championship, and certainly not the World Championship. He was a fixture on television, a consistent presence on pay-per-views, and a beloved figure on the house show circuit, but always without the validation of a title reign. It's a perplexing oversight. He could have easily had multiple runs as Intercontinental Champion, lending prestige to the belt and providing fresh matchups. He could have anchored a championship tag team, but for reasons unknown, perhaps a belief that his character didn't need a belt to get over, or that his role was primarily as a reliable, over-mid-carder who could effectively work with top stars, the Big Boss Man remained championship-less. Indeed, Bossman's 1999 championship victories, securing both the hardcore and tag team titles, represented a Pyrrhic vindication that arrived well past its moment of maximum impact. While these accolades provided some measure of redemption, they fundamentally failed to rectify the glaring championship drought that plagued his peak competitive years, leaving his legacy perpetually shadowed by the specter of unrealized potential during wrestling's most consequential era, a testament to the fact that even immense popularity and consistent performance couldn't always guarantee championship recognition in Vince McMahon's World Wrestling Federation. Then there is Jake the Snake Roberts, a master of psychological warfare, a poet of menace, and a promo artist of unparalleled skill. Roberts was a different kind of superstar. He wasn't built like a bodybuilder, nor did he execute elaborate high-flying maneuvers. His strength lay in his mind, in his ability to weave intricate narratives, to manipulate emotions, and to terrify opponents and audiences alike with his chillingly calm demeanor and his iconic companion, Damien, the Python. Jake's promos were legendary. They were not bombastic or overly theatrical. Instead, they were delivered with a quiet intensity, a venomous whisper that burrowed into the listener's psyche. He spoke in parables, in riddles, in metaphors that added layers of depth and psychological tension to every feud. He was a master of his craft, understanding the power of suggestion and the subtle art of building anticipation. His DDT was one of the most devastating and iconic finishing moves in wrestling history, a quick, brutal maneuver that perfectly encapsulated his character's sudden predatory strikes. Jake Roberts was one of the most popular and compelling figures of his era, a truly unique talent who transcended the traditional boundaries of wrestling characterization. He didn't need a championship belt to get over. His character, his promos, and his ability to generate a visceral reaction were all the accolades he required. And perhaps that was precisely why he never received one. There is a common theory among wrestling aficionados that those who are over without a belt are often overlooked for title runs. As the thinking goes, why give them a belt when they're already drawing money? This pragmatic, perhaps cynical approach may have been a significant factor in Jake's championship drought. He feuded with top stars, including Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage, and consistently delivered captivating storylines. His turn to babyface, driven by his battle with the nefarious Honky Tonk Man, was immensely successful, cementing his place as a fan favorite despite his dark and unconventional persona. Yet despite being one of the most innovative and impactful performers of his generation, Jake Roberts never held a single Federation championship. It's a glaring omission, a testament to the belief that some talents were so inherently captivating that they didn't require the validation of a physical title to be considered a main event player. In a way, his lack of championship gold only enhanced his mystique, proving that true artistry and connection with the audience can sometimes supersede the need for tangible accolades. Finally, we arrive at the unique and equally perplexing case of Bam Bam Bigelow. Standing at 6 feet 4 inches and weighing over 380 pounds, Bigelow was an athletic marvel. He was not merely a large man, he was an incredibly agile, surprisingly quick and remarkably skilled performer for his size. He could execute high-flying maneuvers that defied his immense girth, perform powerful powerbombs, and engage in intricate technical wrestling exchanges. His appearance alone was striking, with a flame-tattooed bald head and a powerful, almost primal aura. He was a true beast from the East, a monstrous but surprisingly captivating force. Bigelow was a rare breed, a big man who didn't rely solely on power and intimidation. He possessed a nuanced understanding of ring psychology and could adapt his style to work with a wide range of opponents. He was a reliable performer, capable of delivering exciting matches and engaging in compelling feuds. His tenure in the Federation saw him participate in numerous high-profile matches, including a memorable main event at WrestleMania 11 against NFL superstar Lawrence Taylor, a testament to his drawing power and ability to perform on the grandest stage. Despite his consistent presence in significant storylines, his undeniable athletic prowess, and his ability to hold his own against top-tier talent, Bam Bam Bigelow, like the Big Boss Man and Jake Roberts, never captured a championship in the Federation. He was a formidable opponent, a compelling character, and a highly skilled athlete, but never a champion. This oversight is particularly striking, given his unique blend of size and agility, a combination that Vince McMahon often championed and rewarded with championship pushes. One might speculate that perhaps his frequent departures and returns to the company, or his strong runs in other promotions, might have played a role in his lack of championship recognition in the Federation. However, even during his sustained runs, the opportunity for a title reign never materialized. He was always positioned as a formidable threat, a tough opponent, but never the ultimate victor when a championship was on the line. His omission from the list of Federation champions stands as a testament to the often unpredictable nature of wrestling booking and the curious ways in which even the most talented and compelling performers can be overlooked for the highest honors.